Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, going back to look after the honors that we are honored to women and the tasks. These are tasks and honors which we are honored by Allah, the most holy, glorified Allah. That a woman carries a baby in her womb for 9 months. A woman breastfeeds her baby. A woman looks after her baby from the day she is born until she's of age, or either 18 and over. A woman looks, and because when we say she looks after her baby, she has to collect what you call food, hunting for foods. In the older days, women used to travel from one end of the whatever to the other, hunting for food. In modern times, you have what you call supermarkets, where you go and buy this and that. But also we'll come to explain about supermarkets in the future. What I wanted to tell you is that we are looking at the honors that we are granted to the women, and how beautiful that life is to be a living human being. Because in modern times, today 2025 in the month of May, I came across so many cases, and some of these cases were put on what you call on world screen TVs by UNICEF. UNICEF is a body which is responsible for children's well-being and rights, whereby they say more than 1 million children were molested in the corridors of Zaire and all the way to even South Africa. There was a child who was 7 years old, was killed in South Africa, I think between the last month or the month before. She was molested and killed. So when I speak of the beauty of life, women of modern times, if we are to go back and look at what life is a religion, and that most holy, beautiful religion is Islam. Life is a religion, and that most holy, beautiful religion is Islam. That means life is not in the corner wine bar where you go and get a bottle of champagne no, that's not life. Because if you are to do that at the age of 18 and you are an 18-year-old girl, and the first thing that you think that you can make your life, you have to enter a corner shop, what they call bars, where they sell cognac, champagne, John Walker, you name it. The things that pushes you out of your comfort zone of being a pure, clean lady, and that alcohol makes you unclean. If you are to look at a woman who doesn't drink alcohol and a woman who drinks alcohol, their facial expressions will first of all, there are women who do not ever put any kind of alcohol in their bodies. Their skin will be very clean, very smooth, very radiant. Those who do consume alcohol, they will always have something like they're tormented. They're tormented by the fact that they're always under when alcohol enters a human's body, it's always there, it stays inside. And they're always in a state of paranoia. Paranoia is when you don't know whether you are angry, you don't know whether you are a living human, you don't know whether you are anything. And you don't have any kind of reasoning accountability to the beauty of life. Whenever you think of, well, how can you run as fast as you can in what you call either whenever you can get a bottle of alcohol. Alcohol is forbidden by a holy divine law, because the body of a human being does not know how and does not have the mechanisms to cleanse these dirty, poisonous gunk toxins of alcohol from a human body. In that sense, if you are to keep on drinking or doing things that are unhygienic to your own body, things like consuming alcohol weekend after weekend, yes, there are chances of you entering what you call or contracting dementia. Dementia is a disease which kind of, when your brain neurons have been crushed and destroyed, they cannot function, they cannot serve you. That's when sometimes I tell you that human beings, or mothers, women especially, this program is for women, never tell a lie to your brain or to your heart. If you are to tell a lie to your brain that you can do as you wish and consume many, many bottles of champagne, you will find that your life that is open to every sex predator. And sex predators, they do kind of put either you as a woman into a compromising whatever, whereby you contract diseases. You don't know how to get rid of those diseases. You contract paranoia. You don't know how to get out of that paranoia state. And so many, many things. If you are to have children, the children too have, there's some cases where women who are consuming alcohol, they have children who have what you call medical disorders. And these medical disorders, some of them are very severe, very, very severe, that a woman finds it hard to spend 24 hours a day looking after a child she produced, she carried for 9 months, and the child needs support, even putting food on her mouth, even if they're 12 years old. So with that, in Islam, Allah laid down very, very beautiful whole prescriptions of directives and laws that prohibits men and women from the consumption of alcohol and from the abuse of their own beauty and dignities. You know, when you men and women say, oh, I can drink 5-10 bottles of champagne, I'll tell you someone who kind of lost it when they happened to be a prime minister. There was the prime minister of Italy, Berlusconi. Berlusconi was a man who had all the cash that he can think of. He could buy a ton of champagne and sit somewhere with these beautiful girls. When he was dying, when he contracted, when his blood system had collapsed, because alcohol, that's what alcohol exactly does. It kills your blood system. The red and white blood cells, they are killed by alcohol. Berlusconi died of a cancer of the blood. A cancer. He classified as leukemia. His blood cells couldn't function anymore. That's when he told the lie that I have all the money. I am a prime minister. I can drink a ton of champagne every day. And the champagne said, ha, 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 I think you're out of order. I'll take you to the world of pain. Anyway, I just want to tell you that men and women, you are all Muslims. And there are laws that governs every Muslim on this planet. If you're given the duty to be a prime minister, try and be true to those who are kind of elect you to be a prime minister. Do not sell their ballot paper to a bottle of champagne or a ton of champagne, whereby every citizen in your country become a disease, a cancer victim. Whereby whatever becomes a cancer victim because of these dirty laws that human pass in order to promote or to massage things that are unclean. Alcohol is a health hazard. I repeat that. Alcohol is a health hazard. I repeat that. Alcohol is a health hazard. The sooner you know that, the sooner the better. If you try to challenge my wife, yes, me as your blood cells in your body, I'll throw you down. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.